Hello there, my name is Malika and I love shoes, especially wedge flip-flops, and my fans love to buy me shoes. And you might be thinking this is a lot of wedge flip-flops, but this is only part 3 of a 6-part wedge flip-flop collection video. I have 33 pairs of wedge flip-flops, and this, as I said, is part 3 with all my brown and gold wedge flip-flops. Today I'm going to be showing you top views, I'm going to be showing you how they look when I'm walking in them, and how they dangle. So come on. Just look at how many options there are. I could go with very jeweled and a cork bottom, to sparkly jewels and a soft bottom, lightly jeweled and a soft bottom, or just nice and thick. I could go with some very chunky wedge flip-flops, or even ones that don't quite fit into the wedge flip-flop collection. However, they're more of a flip-flop with a heel, but I like to add them in here just for fun. Leave a comment below if you think these belong in the flip-flop collection, the heels collection, or if I can just throw them in here with the wedge flip-flops. I'm going to go ahead and start with these. That way you can really get an idea of what they look like. They are definitely a flip-flop heel. And I actually get requests for these quite often when someone is asking for a wedge flip-flop, which is another reason why I add them to this haul. I've also got these very, very high wedge flip-flops, and these ones are the ones I choose typically when I have to use oil in my shoes because it's very easy to clean the oil off. It won't ruin them like it will with the soft bottom shoes. But these ones happen to be very hard to walk in because they are very, very high. And then we have these Guess wedge flip-flops, which are so pretty. The camera really does not even do it justice how pretty these jewels are. They're so beautiful. And they look very pretty on, in my opinion. What do you think? So pretty. The only problem I have with these wedge flip-flops is this is a little hard. Now I know it has to be because it has to hold all of these little diamonds in there, but they are a little uncomfortable to walk in with for long distances. And then we've got these dream pairs right here. Now they don't have the same type of jewels, but they are studded kind of like these ones. They are still very pretty and they're very, very soft. So these ones are fun to walk in and they don't hurt my feet. But these ones here are extremely comfortable. This is very, very squishy and padded. And let me tell you, these ones are very, very cozy and comfortable. Oh, it's just like putting my feet inside of a pillow. Even this rope area here is very, very soft. I believe it's real leather and it is so soft and so squishy. These are very easy to walk in long distances, and I plan to wear them a lot more. And last but not least, we have these Volcom wedge flip-flops. These very much remind me of the 2000s, that Y2K shoe. They are very, very chunky and very, very big. It's especially noticeable when I have them on. It's a very blocky, big shoe, very, very chunky. Do these remind you of Y2K or what? Now let's get to the dangle portion. Now, as I said, I add these because when I do have fans that request wedge flip-flops, I show them these, and they oftentimes do pick these ones. So I just throw them in there, even though they're not exactly wedge flip-flops. But as you can hear, they have a decent sound. It's kind of a thuddy sound, not so much of a slap. But I think the real nice thing about these is that they scream Y2K, and wedge flip-flops are a Y2K look, and these ones definitely have a very big Y2K look. But what do you think about these ones? These ones actually have a very nice walking sound. However, I have to admit, these are not very comfortable. These are a very cheap brand shoes, and I do believe these were actually made in the 1990s or early 2000s. I believe these are from Kmart, so that takes you way back. Official vintage shoes, and they are very, very uncomfortable to walk in. So as much walking as I just did, that's about as much as I can actually do in these shoes. But they sure are pretty. Now these ones believe it or not, are one of the first pairs of wedge flip-flops I ever got, and they don't dangle at all, unfortunately. The strap is very, very wide, and it goes very, very high up on the foot, so they just don't dangle well. But as I said, they're great if you want to have like an oily shoes video and you don't want your shoes to be completely ruined. These are great for that, and they do get requested quite a bit, even though they're not the best dangle shoes. But we will see what they sound like when I'm walking in them anyways. I actually don't know what they sound like when I'm walking in them, so me and you will find out together. Well, unfortunately, just like the dangle, these do not have a great walking sound, and because they are so very high, and this strap is actually very, very loose, they are very difficult to walk in. I'm very afraid that I'm going to fall or twist my ankle, which would not be a very good thing, but they are very, very pretty, and they work great for oily feet in shoes videos. And then we've got these beautiful Guess wedge flip-flops that are probably the prettiest wedge flip-flops I have. But again, this strap is a little hard, so they aren't the most comfortable, but they are the prettiest and they do look the best on. But again, they do have a flaw. They don't dangle. I think it's because the strap is so tight on my foot, so there's just not enough room to dangle these shoes, but they sure do look pretty. And I bet they look nice when I'm walking in them, so let's go. Surprisingly, they do have a bit of a walking sound. Just a little one, but the beauty of that strap is just so perfect to me, and it's so distracting from any noise that they do or do not make that it doesn't even matter. Now, unfortunately, again, just like those cheap Y2K pairs, these are not very comfortable to walk in, but they are stunning. And then we've got these ones. Now these, they dangle much better than the last two pairs, and they've got more of a slap sound than the first pair, but they don't do well when I'm just trying to dangle regularly. But I have to do the little kicks to get the nice dangle sound, and they do have that very pretty strap that goes around my toes. So these are a very pretty shoe, and I think when I'm sitting up straight, these ones will be better to dangle with. Now obviously, to do a dangle video like that, the camera needs to be vertical, and that's just not great for YouTube format, so we're just gonna have to deal with the type of dangling I do. You heard it. These have a very great walking sound, and they are very pretty with that studded strap across the top. It kind of looks like jewels when you're far away, and they are, I guess. They're just not diamondy, sparkly jewels. These are perfect for almost any type of clip you want. I wouldn't want to put oil on them, but they are so pretty, and they do have a nice dangle sound, and they look nice when I'm walking in them. And then here comes the most comfortable wedge flip-flops. Oh, I love a comfy wedge flip-flop, let me tell you. But they are hardly ever great dangle shoes. They just are so comfy. So I have a soft spot in my heart for these wedge flip-flops because they are so very soft. And because they're soft, they only have a thuddy sound. But I think that rope accent that they have across the top makes them so unique and so pretty. And like I said, I'm fairly certain these are real leather. So it adds a little something extra with these wedge flip-flops. What do you think about these ones? Now these do have a very soft thud sound, but they are so comfy. These feel like one of those pillow top mattresses. They are just so cozy, and I feel like I could wear these all day, which is exactly what I want in a wedge flip-flop. What do you want in a wedge flip-flop? And last but certainly not least, we have this brand new pair. In fact, it's my most recent pair of Wedge flip-flops, Volcom. Now these scream Y2K 1999. They just scream that decade because of how chunky and thick they are. They do have a nice dangle sound, and I do really enjoy the double strap that they have, and it's very, very soft. So these shoes also are very comfortable to wear. And I have actually spent some time walking in them, so I know exactly what they sound like when I'm walking, but it's time for you to. They have a nice slap sound, don't they? These very, very, very chunky Volcom Wedge flip-flops have a nice sound, and they scream beach vibes, don't they? Looks like I'd be going out on my surfboard, walking out on the beach with these Volcom Wedge flip-flops. They are probably one of the lowest wedge flip-flops I have. They kind of look like regular flip-flops, but they do have a little bit of a hump here, so I lump these into the wedge flip-flop category. But what do you think? Are these wedge flip-flops or regular flip-flops? Or does it even matter? Although we have reached the end of this portion of my wedge flip-flop collection, I do hope you subscribe so you can see parts 5 and part 6 of my wedge flip-flop collection. I've already got part 4 posted, and that one was actually posted first on my brand new YouTube channel. My original YouTube channel was deleted. Whoops. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let YouTube know that this is the type of content you want to see, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you are craving more of that dangle portion of the video, then make sure you become a member, because members get a very special dangle video with all of these wedge flip-flops. Hope to see you there. Bye.